The Ultimate Trivia Podcast.
Welcome to the Ultimate Trivia Podcast, the show where knowledge is power and laughter is our only reward. As usual, we've got the whole crew here with us today. Nick, Brian, Scott, Kelly. I am your host, Andy. Say hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
All right, we are going to have a trivia I think this room will be very excited about, but as we now do, we're going to hold off on that announcement for just a moment.
What a tease.
And we're going to go to the question of the week. This one is submitted via our email address by a Kimmy G. That was the first part of the email address that it came from anyway. If you could spend a single day in someone else's shoes, living or dead, doesn't matter, who would it be? And how would you use that time with your new identity? Now, I don't have anyone to throw it to out of the gate here. Has anybody got an answer for us?
If we pick a dead person, or we only living in their shoes while they're still dead?
I think you can go ahead and pick an era of their life.
Gotcha. Okay.
That'd be very claustrophobic.
Yeah. I saw it on something like if you could be somebody living or dead, I choose living.
I choose living. That's right. No, you can choose what era. It doesn't even have to be their prime. You can choose whatever their best era is in your eyes.
I always find these questions hard when you ask these like, hypotheticals that need a little bit of thought, and you always expect us to think of something right away.
Well, that's where you get the most pure answer is off the cuff.
Yeah, but then every time I do that and I answer, I'm like, damn it.
There's a better answer out there.
The next week, I'm like, I have 15 other answers that were better than that one.
Exactly.
You know? But the first thing that popped in my head is I thought it's like somebody with superior intelligence.
Okay. Me? Are you saying Andy?
I mean, just because I'm looking at you, you're the host, okay? You're the host. Because, all right, I know we do a trivia podcast, and we say we're not experts in anything, and we think we're somewhat intelligent, but to be, just use big names, an Einstein, Tesla, something like that, what is it like to have that much knowledge? Because you see everything differently than us normal, people.
You want me to tell you?
I'd love to hear your perspective.
What it's like
to be the genius of Kelly. So that's the first thing that popped in my head is what is it to be a celebrity, but to actually be able to almost to see the world in different view because you understand it differently than normal people.
Yeah. And
what I would do with it, I don't know. Like it'd almost be like just discovering something new the entire time I'm that person. So I would just constantly be discovering things and understanding things in a different way. The after effect is assuming I get to keep some of that knowledge.
That's the kicker, right?
Yes.
I go back to the Seinfeld episode where George abstains from relations with his girlfriend. And suddenly his brain is free to think of all things.
Yes.
See,
do you get to retain that?
I would hope so.
I think I was viewing the question a little different, or at least in my mind. So I'm thinking I kind of went darker. I kind of want to be in like,
of course you did,
Ted Bundy.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
or like Hitler said. No, so what I'm saying is like,
dude, Hitler entered my mind on this.
Try to understand what they're thinking. Like, how are they?
How do they see the world?
Seeing what they're thinking, like why they see things the way they do, because they're both obviously crazy. But I kind of want to get in there to see why they think that way. Why do you work this way? Why do you operate this?
And then what you would do with it is change what he did. Correct?
Oh,
maybe.
So now we're on a time.
They make good points. What are you doing?
No. Like just to understand.
Might cut that, by the way.
But just to understand how that I've always been fascinated with like serial killers. Like, why do they?
No, I get that.
How do you think that way? How do you I don't get it.
How do you rationalize your actions?
And so those crazy people, as dark as I just want to understand it. I do want to understand it.
I understand. Okay,
that's kind of
the way you described it. I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
now. I'm with you.
That's what I was thinking. Honestly, yeah.
I got you, B. My head went there also.
Yeah,
Doc.
I think I got two that I'm torn between, so I'll give you a quick recap on both. One is to be any professional athlete that is at the top of their game and see what that is like. I mean, basketball's not my favorite sport, but Michael Jordan comes to mind. What is it like to just be better than everyone?
I'll explain it to you later.
Yeah, okay.
Once again, you want me to tell you?
Stick to being a serial killer, Brian.
Yeah, right. You can't be Hitler and Michael Jordan.
It's a deadly combo.
Yeah,
no pun intended.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, okay. I mean, what would I do with my time? I don't know. Go drop 40 on the Pistons, But
so is MJ? I mean, that's the answer.
I mean, Yeah, and it's not even, like I said, my favorite sport. But when I'm thinking of an athlete that was so elite, or Wayne Gretzky, I'd go out and score 4 goals or something.
Sure.
But the other one was, and I don't have a specific one in mind, but president of the U.S., just a day in the life. Doesn't have to be a specific event. Just what does that day look like? People coming to you throughout the day.
Yeah.
Answer this, sign that, make a decision about that.
He wants to be Lincoln and catch a show.
Very dark episode.
His tour of the White House made a very strong impact on him. He wants to live in the Lincoln bedroom.
Biden, wake up, Biden. Hey, what room am I in? What's going on?
How do I get out of here?
All right, Kelly, what do you have for us?
I'm with Scott on this one, like similar. One would be a professional athlete, and I've always said this. I had a specific guy in mind. Jordan is a great one. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? But Vince Carter, like I would want to live a day in his shoes to be able to do what he does. That would just
literally in his shoes.
Yeah,
right.
Like the physical abilities he has, more, like Jordan's drive and his insatiable appetite to win, but his athleticism. You're saying,
just to be able to dunk like that. Have you seen him dunk? You see him dunk over the 7-footer in the Olympics? It's just unreal.
Bo Jackson would be out there too, right?
Yeah. Great answer.
Just to scale a wall like it was nothing. And,
yeah.
And then the other one would be, like I said, not anybody specific, but like a world leader, like an Alexander the Great, somebody who conquered. Like I would want to understand why you feel the need to conquer and spread what you believe in.
Sure.
For that reason. And I mean, I don't understand that, but to be able to and to be that good at it and to be able to lead people and get them to do what you want to do is it's intriguing to me.
I agree.
So.
Yeah.
What you got, Andy?
Well, it's a culmination of all of your answers.
That's why you don't go last.
I know.
Let's just skip you then.
Yeah.
Do something
Get that yawn button ready.
completely different.
So
I want to be my neighbor. I want to be my neighbor Ted. He always seems like he's having a good time. All right, something different.
I am going to go something a little different, but to explain that first, Brian, I absolutely know exactly what you're talking about. To have someone who sees the world so what we consider twisted, but to them it's perfectly reasonable and normal. And how do they see the world to justify their actions, which everyone else considers to be extreme? The athlete, Tiger Woods came to mind because I've played at least every sport that is available to a middle-class white guy. You know what I'm saying?
Tiger Woods, yo.
And golf is without a doubt the hardest sport I've ever attempted to play. Sure. And to be able to walk up to a ball and have the confidence to do whatever you want with it, I would love to know what that feels like. To pivot, however, this is actually going to become pretty boring for you guys.
Too late.
He's so good at that.
He is so quick with those, and he gets me every time.
Yes.
I'd like to know how my kids view me.
Oh.
I want to know
That's a good one.
what kind of parent they see.
I don't.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
I don't want to be that dark of a mind.
When I am sitting there and having a conversation about the way we act the proper ways, teaching them a lesson, I want to know what they're receiving. So that's my pivot. That's why I say it's not as sexy as a serial killer or a world-class athlete.
This guy's an idiot.
I'm just walking away from that like, you ungrateful little. Come on. I'm gonna go through that experience and just be mad I did it. Yeah, that's all that's gonna happen with that. But good answers though.
That was a fun one. Absolutely.
That was a good
one. Thank you, Kimmy G, for submitting such a great question.
Send more
to kick this off. Yeah, send us more questions, please. That did come in at our email, by the way, which is the Ultimate Trivia Podcast @gmail.com. We also are always looking on our Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok for listener submitted questions we can answer on the show. You guys ready to learn what the trivia is?
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'd love to learn.
Well, let's cut right to the chase, shall we? We are returning to cinema.
Ooh.
I wish you could have seen the collective sigh of relief that the room just experienced when they learned that we're living at the movies. This is something that's in our wheelhouse. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous that we might have a perfect score or two, as a matter of fact. But what we're visiting are iconic quotes from movies across the years.
I like that.
So this will have a very specific format to it. I will read the quote. I will then give a very generic description of the
Today,
movie.
Junior.
You ready to get to it, Kelly? All right, let's do it. All right, so before we get to the trivia, let's learn a little bit about how movie quotes affect us, huh? Iconic movie quotes have the power to transcend their original context, becoming part of everyday language and cultural references. These memorable lines often capture the essence of a character or a pivotal moment in a film, resonating with audiences long after the credits roll. Whether humorous, poignant, thrilling, whatever the case may be, iconic quotes can encapsulate themes, evoke emotion, and even solidify a movie's legacy in pop culture. They contribute to a film's identity, making it instantly recognizable and enhancing its impact. The enduring popularity of these quotes highlight the artistry of screenwriting and profound connections between cinema and its audience. Now, this is something, I mean, how would we even talk to each other if we didn't have movie quotes or music titles, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're Transformers in that respect.
I do. I worried about it a little bit because we like to do a lot of obscure movie quotes. We quote movies that,
Wait for it.
that are not IFC top 100 movies.
Yeah, fair enough.
None of us are quoting Citizen Kane, all right, guys? We're quoting
I admit
Step
I have not
There's-
seen
there's
that
a lot
movie.
of quotes from what's that movie? Remember the Titans?
Oh, yes!
There it is.
I was a little worried we wouldn't get it in
It would
this
be
episode.
perfect. in
Unplug
every
my mic.
aspect of the
Unplug my
game.
mic. I'm done.
The legacy lives on. All
It's
right,
a movie
let's
with Denzel Washington about football. It took place in the early 70s.
thank you,
should check
Brian.
it out sometime.
let's get to it. It's time for the main event, our 10-question trivia game on iconic movie quotes, and I will be your trivia master for this episode. Here's how it works. I'll read the questions, you'll write your answers on your whiteboards, and when I say reveal, you'll all show your answers. If you get it right, you earn a point. If it falls out of your head and you pull a Nick, well, we're probably going to make fun of you for it.
For all time.
So let's see.
Can't stop, won't
And
stop,
for 2
can't stop.
years, you've been sentenced, remember? Let's
I know.
see who ends up on top today. Mr. Nick, are you on the scoreboard for us?
I got it.
Here we go. Question number 1, and it holds true to our theme. There's no crying in baseball. A tough coach yells this to a player in a groundbreaking sports league. Not sure the description was necessary. And for the most part, they're not going to be terribly helpful anyway. They are quite generic in their descriptions.
Softball.
Soft?
Yeah.
Well, that's been the first question for us for the most part. It's a bit of a benchmark. And if you struggle with number 1, you usually have a hard time getting.
If I leave my board blank, will you just know that I got the right answer?
I mean, I can look in your eyes and see it, actually. All right, there's no crying in baseball is the iconic quote. Let's see the boards. Gentlemen, a league of their own all the way around. A classic Tom Hanks quote.
I'm happiest that everybody spelled there correctly.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even actually notice that. Good job, grammar police.
That should have been the first time that somebody would have got it wrong if they had that.
yeah.
Like
that,
that spelling should
I-
have counted.
Yes.
No, Brian disagrees.
You don't want to take that gamble, do you?
No, I spelled that right, but let's not.
You're
set
playing a dangerous
let's
game
not
with
set
that one, aren't you?
precedent there.
No, not
okay?
that. Just for that one. Maybe
Oh,
only the
okay.
word there.
Okay.
Like maybe we have
Fair enough.
specific
Fair
words
enough.
that we say you have to spell it correctly. Maybe.
I'm going to make a confession, and you all know exactly what
No, come on.
it's true.
What?
Never seen it.
Get out of here.
What?
Never seen it.
What?
Movie night.
Movie night, I'm in.
Popcorn.
I've
I
never
got the recliners ready to go.
You don't deserve my presence in the room. if
I've
you haven't
seen it before.
this.
I'm not going to watch
Which
it
is
again.
why we've known each other for 40 years, and I've never admitted that to you
Great
guys.
movie.
Yeah.
Really good
I've said
movie.
it might be the best all around baseball.
I know.
movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Speaking of which, my nephew mentioned this when we were talking about baseball movies. Nobody brought up The Sandlot.
I know.
Yeah,
And I am
We talked about
completely
this.
disappointed.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It is.
It's just a little lighthearted to be at the top of the list, in my opinion.
Okay.
Right?
No,
But
yeah.
I'm not
Not
saying
even-
it's the
But it
best.
wasn't in the
But as
conversation.
a favorite,
But it's top
it should
few.
be
I mean,
it should be
it's up
mentioned
there.
every time.
It's up there.
When you talk about great baseball movie or favorite baseball movies, it should be
It
mentioned.
should be in the conversation.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Well, Tom Hanks' character, Jimmy Dugan, delivers this unforgettable line with a mix of frustration and humor, perfectly capturing the spirit of resilience and determination in a pioneering sports league. This moment highlights the grit required to break barriers in the world of sports. I mean, I knew this line, of course, but yeah, I'm not proud of my absence from this movie.
It's not even the best line from the movie.
But we might have
There are other great lines. It's the most known and recognizable, but there's so many better ones.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Shoot. What are they?
Oh, you want to hear one? My favorite one?
Yeah.
We're PG-13, and we're not.
Yeah,
like I said, it's when Jimmy Dugan signs the baseball and the kid takes it and says, "Beware of the clap, Jimmy Dugan." That is one of my favorite ones.
How old was the kid?
It was like an 8-year-old kid.
Right.
You know,
I love when
Mr.
Sound
Dugan,
advice.
you know,
Yeah.
and that's what he says. Sound advice.
praying with the team
Yes.
before the game.
Yes.
And he says, "Thank you for that waitress last night in South Bend. You know she is. She kept calling your name."
Yeah. John Lovitz, all those his lines. This show will be 3 hours long if we keep going.
Yeah, we got to stop because there's a ton of them.
There's great
a ton
ones.
of them. Yeah.
I commit to you guys, assuming it's on a streaming service. I subscribe to pretty much every single one. If it's out there by the end of the week, I promise you I will.
All right.
watch.
Please do.
Got to.
That is a
Got to.
guarantee.
I want to hear how much you like it.
fantastic.
Okay, deal. Okay.
Fantastic.
Moving on.
Moving on to number 2. Everybody's on the board. The movie quote is, "You're going to need a bigger boat. A lawman confronts a monstrous threat from the deep."
I don't know if the last part was necessary.
No.
For some, I believe
You
it might have
almost
been.
I almost think you maybe just do the quote.
Well, that's for this room, though.
Oh,
remember?
okay.
Not
Okay.
everybody is well versed as
Good
well
point.
versed in the movies
Good
as
point.
we are.
Good point.
Okay, so we're going to read it again. Looks like everybody got there pretty quick. "You're going to need a bigger boat. A local lawman confronts a monstrous threat from the deep." Let's see it. Nick's got Jaws. Scott, Kelly, Brian all have Jaws. That's 2 for 2. Nice job, gentlemen.
You're gonna need harder questions.
They're coming.
I know. I figured they were.
Of course they are.
Have you
Anybody
seen this
else? Oh, yeah, many times. Yes.
Okay.
Boy, well, I can't say I've seen every other movie on this list, but I
Okay.
do know all the quotes.
Okay.
Actually, okay. Anyway, we'll get to that later. But
Have you watched this movie a ton? Are you a Jaws guy?
I wouldn't say I've seen it a ton, but I've seen it fair share.
I think it might be one of those ones I may have never seen start to finish in
Really?
one sitting.
Sure.
I've seen pieces of it enough to maybe have seen it 10 times.
I've seen the whole thing, but I don't think I've ever sat down and watched it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But I've seen the whole thing. I know
It was never one that I was like, I need to see Jaws.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it
absolutely.
in.
Yeah, for sure.
would you have seen it for the first time as an adult, or would it have been a part of your childhood?
It was not a part of my childhood.
Not at all. Anybody else?
I
No,
saw pieces
nothing.
as a child, but I think I didn't see it all like in pieces,
Yeah.
until I was an adult.
I've never been like a horror movie guy, and I know this
I'm
isn't like
same
the
way.
traditional horror movie, like
Yeah.
with some scary monster thing.
Yeah, I'm
but I've
same
never
way.
been into those kind of movies to begin with,
Yeah.
so it didn't
Me neither. Yeah.
intrigue me. I want to see it.
Why I don't go more than mid shin deep in the ocean.
Yeah.
That was my follow-up question. Who is affected enough by this movie that it affects their experience in the water?
No, not because of that.
that has nothing to do with it. Like when I was a kid, I remember being in Daytona Beach. I was 100 yards out on a sandbar. You could stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I would never do that now. I would not.
Not because of
No,
Jaws, though.
Not because of Jaws, just because like shark attacks.
because
I
of
know they're
sharks.
rare. I know it's rare, but why? I'll swim in
Great
the pool and I'll go about maybe knee deep, maybe in the ocean. That's about it.
For me, it's not sharks. It's any of the creatures in there. You go in the ocean, and you just feel a fish touch you, or there could be a jellyfish coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not the shark per se. It's any sea life.
Yeah.
Usually better things are going on the beach anyway.
Also, once when I was in Guam on TDY, buddy of mine was throwing sea cucumbers at my head. All right. So I don't like sea life. I don't like stuff in the water.
I don't know how that story is relevant to this particular
because I don't like stuff in the
Back,
water.
back to nature. You're not a big fan.
I'm not a big fan of nature.
nature.
Later on, we found out, we saw an article and it said that you can be blinded by a sea cucumber because they squirt stuff out of it. Yeah, it's gross. Moving on.
Scotty, you have a well-documented hatred for eating anything that comes out of the water.
Yeah.
What about being in
No,
the
don't want to go anywhere near it.
Not at all.
I mean, I'll ankle deep in the ocean. I'll go to the beach for a day. Beautiful, watch
Scenery.
sunset or something. But I'm not swimming out there. Actually, Kelly and I, we were out there with a buddy Dave in Florida a few
Spring
years
training.
back for spring training, and Dave was out there swimming in the water.
It's 20, 30 yards out.
Yeah, and then we saw a guy with a crowd gathered around him, and he had fished out probably a 4-foot shark.
No, it was a 6 foot.
6 foot shark and he was fishing right there 10 yards,
Yeah.
15 yards off the shore, and he yanks this shark out of there. And I'm like, that's exactly why I don't do that.
Nope. I'll be at the swim up bar.
Yep.
I don't think those are.
I'll be
emotions.
right there by
I'll be at the pool. All right.
All right. We're moving on to question number 3. The quote is, "Here's looking at you, kid. A romantic farewell in a black and white drama set against the backdrop of a easy for me to say, a global conflict. Here's looking at you, kid." Now this one transcends the movie for sure. And I'll admit,
Never seen
obviously know the quote. I'm not sure it would have been between a few movies for me, and I'm not sure I would have guessed the right one.
It was between 2 for me. And those 2
we'll
could have been
see, I
wrong,
guess.
you know,
Yeah.
because I know whatever movie it came from, I've never seen.
Yeah. Here's looking at you, kid. Kelly's got an answer down quickly. Yes?
I think so.
Well, you wrote an answer down, though.
I did,
right?
I did.
Scott, you got one down on the board?
Yep, feeling
Brian?
good.
Brian's isn't as high as it was last week, but it's still in the air. All right, here's looking at you, kid. Let's see those boards. Scotty's got Casablanca. Gone with the Wind from Nick. Gone with the Wind from Brian. Casablanca back at Kelly. The correct answer is, in fact, Casablanca.
Yeah. That was the 2 I was flipping the
As soon
coin.
as I
Yep,
saw
same.
that, I'm like, yep, that's it. Yep.
Same with me.
Yep.
I would have been between those 2, and it'd have been a coin flip for me.
Just looking at you kids.
Yeah, I
believe,
just remember.
believe he's on an airstrip. I think it's Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah.
I can confirm that from our color. That's
Yeah.
right.
So who's seen this movie?
Not me.
Yeah.
Nope.
I've seen that clip.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah, Brian, no.
No.
What about any of the
never
old
will.
classics? Citizen Kane, we brought up earlier. Gone with the Wind was one of the answers.
I've seen both of those.
Have you?
Gone with the Wind was my mom's favorite movie. So.
Oh.
Nice.
I don't know a lot of old movies I've seen.
Holiday favorite is
It's a Wonderful
Life.
Life.
Wonderful Life. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Parts.
Yeah.
That one-
When it's on NBC or whatever during holiday season.
I've seen it
right?
I
50,
never.
50 times.
Is this because your wife loves Christmas so much?
She does, but this is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's a great movie, actually.
It's
I
really,
saw it.
it's set at Christmas time, but it's really not truly about Christmas.
No,
it's just
like
one of
Die
those
Hard.
movies, kind of like a Home Alone.
Yeah.
It's not really about Christmas.
Sure.
Just that's the time of year.
Yeah.
Die Hard. Yes, I get it.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Die Hard. Yeah.
Christmas movie.
Nakatomi Plaza.
That's right. All right. Well, let's learn about it. Why don't we? Humphrey Bogart's line, "Here's looking at you, kid," is a timeless expression of love and farewell in Casablanca. Spoken during a pivotal moment, it captures the bittersweet emotions of love and sacrifice during wartime. The line has become one of the most iconic in film history, embodying the elegance and charm of this Hollywood classic. Yeah, I just don't know much about it. I believe it's set during World War I, maybe, or II. He's boarding a plane, so probably II, huh?
It's one of those World
Yeah,
Wars.
that's one of the great wars, right? Okay. Ooh, you guys are all going to land on this one, too. We're on a hot roll for some of you. Number 4. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. A straight-faced line delivered during chaotic events in a slapstick comedy. I use this one regularly.
Love it.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh, fantastic.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Also, not the best line for the movie.
Well, I could argue that as well.
Agreed.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, let's see them. We've got airplane all the way around, and that is a correct answer. Nice job. We're got a couple of perfect scores, I believe, on the move.
Yes, we do.
Very cool.
When he's talking to the pilot and asking him when we can land.
Oh, you can't take another guess for 2 hours?
No, that one. I mean, he's like, I can't say. He's like, I can't say. You can tell me. I'm a doctor. Yeah. He's like, not for another 2 hours. You can't tell me for another 2 hours. Like
I can't take another
Leslie
guess.
Nielsen is a
Nailed it.
genius,
A genius.
with that.
Absolutely.
He's a genius.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love just taking everything literally.
that's right. The
Yeah.
drinking problem. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I watched that movie when I was like 4 years old. I didn't understand that for a long
It's like,
time.
we gotta
right?
get these people to the hospital. Oh no, what is it? It's a big building with patients. That's not important. Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Love
he
that
is
movie.
brilliant. No doubt.
Brilliant.
All of them are.
Yes.
My dad said you're lazy and you walk up and down there.
Oh, Kareem. Yeah. You tell your old man to carry Bill Laimbeer up and down for 4 quarters and see how he feels.
I talk jive.
Oh, that's great too.
Leave it to Beaver too.
I wonder if they'd cut that because we talked. What was it? It was Spaceballs. We've been
Spaceballs.
talking
They
about.
cut out
They cut
that
a
scene.
scene that could be considered controversial.
Yes.
I wonder if they'd cut the jive scene from
Wouldn't surprise me.
Comedy Central. There.
Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah.
Anyway, Leslie Nielsen's impeccable deadpan. Boy, no truer words have ever been spoken. Deadpan delivery of this line turns a simple exchange into a legendary comedic moment. The film's humor lies in its absurdity and straight-faced satire of disaster movies. That's one of the earliest of that genre that I can remember. Those just slapsticky, tons of puns and those literal moments and stuff. All right, we're going to move on to number 5. I feel good about it. We'll see how it lands, and then we'll do a score check. The quote is, "They call it a Royale with cheese, a casual conversation about cultural differences in an unconventional narrative." The first thoughts are being had here.
100%.
Attaboy.
Locked.
Attaboy. I quote this a lot myself, actually. Use it as a teaching
This
moment.
movie or this
This particular
okay,
line.
This quote. Okay.
I'm not confident at all with this one.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
I've heard it,
Yeah.
but I'm not confident at all.
It's true as so many quotes. Let's read it one more time. Looks like everybody's got an answer down. Nick, you got one down?
Yes, sir.
They call it a Royale with cheese, a casual conversation about cultural differences in an unconventional narrative. Let's see them. Pulp Fiction from Nick, Scott, Brian, and Kelly. That's another hundo. My fears are coming true, but I got a great tiebreaker, so I'm hoping we get to it.
I was hoping you were saying you had a big, perfect game stopper.
I think I have one. I do think I have one. It's just coming later than it normally does.
Got you. All right. Well, currently score is Scott and Brian tied with 5.
Whoa.
No.
Or sorry. Scott and Kelly tied with 5, and Brian and myself trailing by 1.
Okay.
So definitely within reach.
Yeah, and it was the coin flip one, right? I mean, it was the old
me it
black and
was.
white that we didn't see.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We couldn't
Yeah.
know.
I just know Gone with the Wind has a lot of lines. It was coin flip was one of those two for me.
And as soon as I saw Casablanca, I was like, that's it. I knew I was wrong as soon as I saw it. Yeah.
Well, let's get back to Pulp Fiction here for a moment. This was a movie Tarantino's kind of coming out. I mean, he did a few things before that were
But this was the
catching
big one
attention.
for
This
him.
was
This
really
was
big.
it.
Yeah.
This was it.
Totally revived John Travolta's career.
Yep.
Samuel Jackson has just, I could have unlimited quotes from him,
Say what again?
Yeah.
It's a cult classic.
It is. 100%.
I hope they burn in hell.
There is a, that's from a different movie, I think.
No, I'm just saying one of
But
his
yeah,
quotes.
well, I mean, he's been in 1,000 movies. So.
Right.
But yeah, no, it took me a while to fully appreciate this movie because there is some subculture to it with selling your soul to the devil and buying it back and all that stuff that if you don't deep dive into it, you don't really understand.
Sure.
So
Great flick, though. Great flick.
Saw it once. Like, watched it from start to finish. Other than that, I've seen parts here or there on TV. Obviously, it's always edited for television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different movie. But I only actually sat down and watched it once. Good movie, great movie.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything against the movie, but it's not one of those movies I've seen over and over again.
So we all have a list, probably too long of lists of movies that when we are scrolling through channels and we stumble upon it, you will just pick up this or a movie, the one that's on your list, and just watch it to completion, or at least flip between.
Sure.
Does this fall on anybody's lists?
This is a movie, if it's on 99% of the time, I'll at least flip
me
through it
too.
for a while.
That's why I ask.
The whole movie is great, but there's parts of it that I don't care to see again, but there's great scenes like the Christopher Walken scene. I will watch that every time, the way he tells that story. Like when Vince Vega is with the whole dancing at that one doesn't belong. That part
doing
of
the twist.
I'm cool when they jump over to Bruce Willis. I want to see that stuff, the boxing and everything. So, but yeah, I almost will always just put it on at least for a little bit to watch it.
This was one of the first movies I remember also that toyed with the chronology,
Yeah.
right? It
Yes.
bounced forward and backward, and you had to kind of pick up what was happening based on the context clues. Well, John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson's iconic conversation in this film showcase Quentin Tarantino's knack for turning everyday dialogue into something memorable. This discussion highlights cultural nuances that enrich the film's eclectic story. All right, moving on to the second half of trivia, and I can tell you guys it's a little more challenging, I believe, than the first half. So,
Okay.
here we go. Number 6. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. A character reflects on his lifelong ambition in the world of organized crime. Something that may ring in the memory, but there's a good number of mob movies, especially around this era. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. I guess I gave a little
If
hint there.
anybody gets this wrong, we will not be friends anymore.
No,
I'm just-
that's not true.
This is one
That's not true. Because I think I have it, but I'm not 100% on it.
Dancing, yeah.
Tell me how I feel. We will not be friends.
It's not true, Brian.
You're giving a little hint there, Pete, by the way. Just a little one. All right. Has everybody got one down? Nick, you got one?
I got
Kelly
it.
is still
Kelly.
thinking, I think. Okay. Brian, your love of mafia movies is well documented within the group.
Almost too much.
Yeah.
You're the only one who's 100% on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big mob
Like
movie
Oh,
person.
I love them, but I can't. I
Kelly's
have a
loving that we're
tar-
doing all the commentating now instead of after the question.
Yeah.
Because he's buying him time.
Yeah, that's
I think
right.
we need to clock this guy.
Yeah, okay. We're on a 3 count.
I'm upset that I wasn't born Italian and that you can't trace my history back to Sicily.
That's right. Your grandma didn't run numbers out of a deli or something.
Yeah. Disappointing. That's all.
All right. Kelly's got an answer, I believe. He's not thrilled about it. We're going to reveal our answers right now. We got Goodfellas from Nick and Scott and Kelly and Brian. That is the correct answer. I thought you were going to gain one and
It's one of
grab
the
him on that one.
one of the first scenes in the movie.
I
Yeah.
Shuts the
I
trunk.
could hear it, but I couldn't.
It's Ray Liotta shuts the trunk. First scene. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably should have backed off on how much we knew Brian liked this movie.
That's why I told him, you're kind of giving something away
Yeah.
here. Because
You did that to yourself.
I was-
If they go
I was-
I didn't think I gave away because
Oh yeah,
I love mob movies.
Yeah, but
period,
we
though,
all
so it's
know
like-
how much you love Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
specifically.
But I mean, there's so many I love. So
I wanted to do Goodfellas, Heat, Donnie Brasco,
Casino.
What's the one with De Niro and his son?
Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a great movie.
On and on.
I wanted to hit every one of those.
And these were there was a window of time where it felt like they were really peppering this topic.
Oh,
and
yeah.
presenting them.
You're right. Yeah.
Yes.
Is there Goodfellas stands alone for you, doesn't it, Brian?
It was my favorite.
As your
mob
favorite
movie?
mob movie.
Ooh, I don't know if I can say that.
Okay.
I
What
just
what
love-
else is in the
I
running?
mean, The Godfather is a classic.
Okay.
Sure.
I love. There's so many.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, really,
Casino is outstanding.
Casino's
I don't think it gets
outstanding.
enough love.
but there's other ones. I mean,
Yeah, Donnie Brasco
torn.
is another good one.
Donnie Brasco's one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
I don't think that's up there for a lot of people as like one of the best.
I know
mob
you're
movies,
big on that
but
one.
I love Donnie
Yeah,
Brasco.
it's a great movie.
Yeah.
True story.
Once Upon a Time in
Right?
America.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least based
Once
on,
Upon a Time in
based.
America is a great gangster
Yeah.
Yeah.
flick.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Get Shorty.
So many. Yeah. Get Shorty.
Yeah.
A great movie.
Oh, no, it's a very entertaining
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Untouchables is mine if you're wondering.
Yeah.
I've
Untouchables.
always wondered
Yes.
what your favorite mob movie is.
Untouchables.
Untouchable
Fantastic.
is great.
a
Own
great
it.
movie.
Own
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What's up, Kelly?
I was too late. I wanted to jump in and say, did anybody ask you, Scott?
Yeah. Deliver his own line back at him here for a
Correct.
change.
Correct.
All right, let's move. Oh, no, we got to learn about it. Ray Liotta's character, Henry Hill, delivers this line at the beginning of Goodfellas, setting the tone for the entire film. This line encapsulates the allure and excitement of the gangster life, as well as the inevitability of the path Henry chooses. It's a powerful opening that draws the audience into the glamorous yet dangerous world of organized crime, making it one of the most memorable lines in cinematic history. And I agree with that. And that is, to me at least, the lure of the mob. There's so much that comes with being connected.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's a ton of danger that comes along with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, here we go. Number 7. I thought that one was going to change some scores. Get busy living or get busy dying. A powerful message from a character in a story of hope and perseverance. The quote is, get busy living or get busy dying. Brian with a confident answer on the board.
Hundo.
Oh, baby.
Nice.
Okay.
Took me a split second, but yeah, hundo.
Got there. Did the description help you?
No, I just the line. Only the line. Just
I was
have
hoping the generic description would help. Scott, have you written an answer?
Nope. Read it again.
Okay, here we go again. Get busy living or get busy dying is the quote. A powerful message from a character in a story of hope and perseverance. While he's thinking, Kelly, you got an answer down?
I do.
You feel good?
It's the right one.
It's the right one. Yeah, baby.
We don't do this very often, but a movie quote, trivia is helpful for us to actually wouldn't be 100% on some of these.
Well, yeah.
This is what it takes.
That's right. That's right.
I don't think you'll hear a lot of that if we do a science episode or something. We may have
No,
trouble. Yeah.
something on the periodic table of elements.
Oh, good Lord.
Which I have written, by the way.
I already told you I couldn't make that one.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll
You're
be absent that day.
That's okay.
It's going to be one-on-one.
Well, now you know, so maybe take a gander across Wikipedia on it or something. All right, Scott looks like he's got an answer on the board. Get busy living or get busy dying. I got answers of Shawshank Redemption on every board in the room. I am very impressed. That is, in fact, the correct answer.
Whose board did you look off?
He cheated.
How'd you get there, Scott?
I knew I'd seen the movie many times, and I just could not place it.
Who said it?
Andy Dufresne. Sorry.
Red.
No.
Red.
Red.
Red said it.
Morgan
Yeah.
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, yeah.
All right, just curious. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Good flick.
Amazing movie.
It's on
right?
TV every once in a while.
Yeah, right.
It's probably on right now. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Would you be able to belly crawl through a pipe full of
To
excrement
get free, yeah.
to get free?
I mean, no, but I mean, to get free, if it meant freedom, I think I could.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The mind's a powerful thing.
Men can go
Yeah.
to extreme lengths.
What about
how gross that was, but also the claustrophobia.
yeah, Dr. Claustrophobia
it's
over there?
disgusting.
Scott's staying in jail,
To get free, to get free,
I know. I'd like to think so.
especially when you're
like-
innocent.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah,
I like
for
to
sure.
think so.
Yeah.
The name of where they went after they escaped. Where did they go?
oh, give me a second.
Watawanu or something.
No.
No. Oh, hold on.
That's a good trivia question.
I
It
know,
is.
I know,
it, but I can't recall it.
Yeah. Say Wantaneo.
Yes,
I just said that.
Oh, you did. You said
It was close.
There were several syllables in there.
It was like a
You
Eddie
actually
Vedder
said-
Pearl Jam line.
Somehow, I don't. That's the genius of you.
Here
You
you
actually
go.
said "say Wantaneo" backwards. We didn't even know.
All right. Oh, copyright infringement. My bad.
Yeah, right. Be careful.
Wait, they can't copyright that. Nobody knows what he's saying.
That's true. That's right. Well, Tim Robbins' character Andy Dufresne delivers this profound line, encapsulating the film's theme of hope, resilience, and powers. That is in contrary.
I thought Red said it.
Red said it.
Oh, we're gonna need a fact check on that one. Okay. Well,
Maybe they. No, it's definitely red.
Red says it when
Yeah.
he's leaving the halfway house. to
Yes, he
go
definitely
to-
says it. Then.
Yeah.
He's going to go meet his friend.
Yeah.
In San
So Morgan
Antonio.
Freeman's character Red says it, delivers this profound line,
Smarter than AI.
encapsulating the boom. I must not have checked that one correctly. My apologies.
don't win a
listeners.
wiffle ball
The
to
answer
win it.
is still correct, by the way. Yes, Brian won a wiffle ball championship recently. And the power of human spirit. It serves as a reminder that one's mindset can be crucial in overcoming the adversity. And that's what it's about, right? Chasing freedom, no matter what you have to
Yep.
do.
Yep.
All right. My apologies to the listeners on that one. We're moving to question number 8. The quote is, "That rug really tied the room together." A laid-back character laments the loss of a prized possession. I'm pretty sure Nick started writing after the second word, and I think Brian would have as well if he had the marker in his hand.
Remember the no, different movie. Sorry, sorry, that was stuck in my head. This is a hundo.
This is a
Hundo.
Kelly?
Sure.
Sure. Uh-oh. Not a hundo. Yep.
Hundo.
Scott's got it. This one we talk about actually pretty regularly. I shouldn't say that until after.
Yeah, you probably should.
Just shut your mouth.
That rug really tied the room together. A laid-back character laments the loss of a prized possession. Let's see these boards. The Big Lebowski from Nick, Scott, Brian, and Kelly. Another 100%. My fears are being realized. We have too smart of our cinematic.
Casablanca is going to kick our butt.
It's killing us, Nick. It's killing us, bud.
Stinks.
You're right. You're right.
So this is one that I also had admitted to the group. I don't know. It's a couple years ago now, probably.
What, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was only a couple of years ago.
I was mad.
Yeah,
he started to get mad.
I feel like if we recommend a movie 2 years ago, he needs to watch it.
Yes.
That's all. I was just surprised.
Like trivia wise, I don't know if I've ever seen so many
Hash marks on there.
Yeah. Or
I know. Well, and,
everybody across the board is doing really
Killing
well.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
and that's
Some
why
better than others. Okay, we know.
But
Good
there's
job.
a lot of marks over there. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
yeah,
It's true.
The tally is strong. We're gonna check the tally. Well, let me get
We
to
got one more.
the color here real quick, or the flavor. Jeff Bridges' portrayal of the dude, along with this seemingly trivial complaint, highlights the film's quirky humor and offbeat charm. The line becomes iconic, representing the film's cult status.
Again, not even close to the best line in the movie.
No question.
And there are probably no less than, I don't know, 3,200 great lines in that movie.
Which is why we talk about it.
It could be on the low side.
It's nonstop.
I mean,
The whole movie.
yeah, and John Goodman might be one of the best characters in film.
Yeah.
In my opinion, especially in a comedy.
Poor Donnie.
That has to be one of the best characters of all time.
Did you say the dude or Goodman?
No, John Goodman.
John Goodman.
Okay,
Yeah, his character.
I mean,
the dude's
Bridges is fantastic.
Bridges is
but
good.
Goodman is
but
just
Goodman, that
phenomenal.
character is one of the best
He's so funny
in
that.
cinema.
Yeah.
I stand by that.
In cinema. Wow.
Yes.
He is
So
convicted.
yeah, it's one of my favorites. There probably definitely not a year goes by that I have not seen that movie.
Really?
Yes.
Is it on TV and not that much?
In my house, it is.
It is.
I'll tell you that.
Well, see, but that's the difference, right? If you're flipping through your channels and you come across a movie, that is way different than going out and searching for it on a streaming
If it is on
and targeting.
it's 100%. I'm going to turn it on.
Yeah.
And if I'm at a time and I just don't know what I want to watch, I might just throw that on.
Yeah.
I watch it for a little bit because I'll watch it. Some of that got John Goodman. It's a good day now.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Scott, you were hot on something on your phone there. Is there?
I'm still with the get busy living or get busy dying.
Did you confirm?
I haven't confirmed. I don't trust the sources, but they're saying they both say it. Does Andy say
I
it
think
in
he
the
says
letter? Does he put it in the
I
letter?
thought early in the movie, I thought Andy Dufresne.
I think they both
then
do
Red-
say it.
Red definitely
Quote
says
fit.
it when he leaves the halfway house.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
says
yeah,
it. But
yeah. I think he might. I think you're right. I think Dufresne says it too.
Yeah.
I believe that.
We won't beat the dead
I
horse,
guess
but
for
I
me
think
though,
they
when
both say it.
I think when I think of the movie personally,
Yeah.
that line, I'm thinking of Red at the end when he decides, screw it, I'm leaving. I'm going to go meet my buddy.
Sure.
That's so it stands out more to me. When
Yeah.
he said it, but yeah, they both could have said that.
Yeah.
Hope is a good thing.
It is
Yeah.
a good thing. Yeah.
Well, and
Maybe the
thankfully
best
it,
thing.
did,
Hope it can be dangerous.
it didn't affect the question, and everybody got
No,
it right.
we're
So
good.
thankfully that
Sure.
we don't
I
have
was
to
just
be.
hoping to fact check it while we were
Yeah, I'm glad you
recording.
did, and that's what I figured.
But
you
taking the spotlight off of Big Lebowski. It's their
right.
turn.
Hey, you're out of your element.
It deserves its moment in the
All right.
sun.
You're like a child that wanders into a movie theater.
All right, Nick, give us a score
I couldn't
update,
finish the
brother.
line. I was laughing to it. All right. Score update. Scotty and Kelly are still pitching a perfect game. Brian and I are doing very well. We're one behind. Casablanca, you suck. But yeah, Brian and Kelly, or Scott and Kelly, killing it. 100%
Perfect
so far.
scores.
Perfect score.
8 out of 8 so
8
far.
of 8.
Well, we'll see. These are not layups. These
No.
next two.
Good.
Okay.
I want
Let's do it.
do it.
Ready? Question number 9. The greatest trick the devil. No.
Already got it.
Got it.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Hundo.
A mysterious figure delivers a thought-provoking revelation.
Okay, if you can say this isn't a layup, fine. It's a slam dunk.
If you've seen the movie, I mean,
we all have.
well, I would
own
like
it.
to hope so.
I know. You're not playing. I know it's not just for us. We have the listeners, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
That's
I'll leave it alone.
And this. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. Kelly is. I don't think this is a layup for Kelly. He seems to be deep in thought over here.
He doesn't have all day either.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We got to quit commentating and giving him time.
I want to let him dig in the.
He may not.
depths
He
a
may
little
not.
bit.
He may have not got to Goodfellas if we didn't give him so much time.
Well, that's true,
So
actually.
shut up. Give him like a 5 count. Let's go.
No,
Hang on.
5, Mike.
Oh, you're still waiting too?
Well, I got it between two movies, so
You have one on the board. You have both on the board.
What's your Throw it down.
And you're ready to.
This is our chance.
Just gotta catch
They
back.
can't.
Brian's
see
holding
it.
his board up like an idiot.
I hold it backwards. I
Not
can't
enough.
see it.
Not enough.
Wow.
Okay, I'm doing something I said I would never do.
Say it again.
Going with your second option?
Yeah.
Say it
Okay,
again.
I'm going to reread the whole thing. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
I'm going to be so mad.
A mysterious
I know
figure
exactly.
delivers a thought-provoking revelation.
Yeah. This isn't like Remember the Titans where, you guys mentioned it 4 times in the episode before it came out. We have not mentioned this film tonight.
All right.
All right, let's go.
I'm going to give him 5. Okay, 5 solid seconds here. 3, 2,
I can't pull the trigger.
Let's go.
1.5. All right, let's see him. Kelly's got a blank board. We got usual suspects from the other 3. Kaiser
What
Soze.
was your other one?
We were just talking about Kevin Spacey.
Well, yeah, you were. But you didn't say that movie. What other movie you were thinking of?
I originally put down 7 because I was thinking about Kevin Spacey.
You could hear Kevin Spacey.
I could hear his voice.
I mean, that's actually.
But then I'm like,
one.
it's from Usual Suspects because it makes more sense in the movie when you think about the plot of the movie.
just like that. He is gone.
I thought we had a chance there.
I
B.
know.
That
thought so.
movie is maybe in my top 5. I
Oh,
love
for
that.
sure.
Fantastic.
Truly.
For sure. Big fan.
10 out of 10.
Big fan. Big fan of that movie.
You ever seen it, Kelly? I was just curious.
This is the maddest I've ever seen Kelly.
He is very frustrated with himself. I think it's more because he gave up the lead than anything else.
Because the perfect game is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the perfect game.
I should.
Because he knows that movie. You know that movie
super
well.
excited when he was struggling too, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought we're back in it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I thought that was just a chance.
That's why nobody likes Scott.
Well, Kevin Spacey's verbal Kent delivers this eerie line, encapsulating the film's intricate plot and leaving audiences questioning reality. The twist has become a hallmark of cinematic storytelling, and this is one of the earliest really hard turns that at the end. That I mean,
to see
like
that
it seems
crazy.
like it's set off.
Couldn't see it coming.
It set off movies like The Game and movies where
Yeah.
you're just a phrase mind.
I mean,
comes to mind. You know,
I
what
want to
mean?
say cuss words.
Yeah, don't.
I
Yeah,
know,
please
I know.
don't.
It's one of the biggest twists in a movie. of
Without
all
a
time.
doubt,
And it's,
right?
it's recognized that way. If you ever look up, because sometimes I want to watch a movie and you type in, give me a movie like Usual Suspects or movies with a huge twist. And that always gets listed at the top. It's one of the
The
biggest
scene where the
twists.
cop starts looking around the room,
Twister?
and seeing Skokie and,
I know.
and, all
Yeah.
the, and then you see him walking down the sidewalk and the limp goes away. Like it's so.
I never really dug
fantastic.
into it. I'm sure you can see that stuff, but I wonder, is there any point where they really give you a chance to truly
Before
see?
that, I don't know. I'd have
you know,
to rewatch it. probably to see
There
that, but I
are
love
clues,
that.
but
Yeah.
another one in that same genre is Primal Fear.
Oh
Yep.
my
I
god!
love that movie. Love that.
You guys know The Game, the movie The Game?
yeah.
Michael Douglas.
That one-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had to watch that 2 or 3 times before I fully understood what was happening there.
Good, all good flicks.
There's a scene in that movie with a clown in the game with a clown, and I'm
Yeah.
like, if that clown comes alive, I'm going to lose my because of Poltergeist as a child.
Well, sure.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great. All right. That was number 9. We are moving on to number 10. And this is, again, not a layup, gentlemen. So get yourselves ready.
I hope it's from Fast and the
Kelly, you
Furious.
got your mind on right?
I hope it's from Fast and the Furious.
I'm not gonna lie to you, the only layup.
Yeah,
which one?
I think the only one that was,
If
I think
it's
the only
Fast
one
and
that was
Furious.
not a layup was Casablanca one for me.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
all been layups besides that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. The quote is,
So mad.
you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's the quote. It is a character that reflects on the fine line between good and evil. That's an important clue.
And I'm out.
Here we go again. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
That sounds familiar, but I got nothing.
Very familiar.
No, that sounds
got
very
nothing.
familiar.
It's a big
And
moment in the movie.
I'm going to kick myself. I have a feeling.
There's a follow-up question, but I don't know if I'm allowed
You
to.
can ask it
How
if
specific do I have to be with this?
specific enough to identify the movie
Okay.
if it were for per se a part of a series.
Okay.
The title.
Yeah.
If it was Star Wars, you would have to name which
okay.
episode.
Okay.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself.
Man, I
become
know
the
that
villain.
line, but I have no idea. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Wow.
I wrote something down, and it's not that one, and that's why it's bugging me. Dang it, this is our chance.
This is your chance. Scotty is struggling.
Either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Scotty is not struggling.
Scotty
I don't think I'm
Scotty won.
struggling.
Scotty
You don't
won.
think you're struggling? Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not going to say 100%, but I'm feeling good the more I think about it.
Okay. It is a character that reflects on the line between good and evil. I feel like that's an important description in this.
I know.
I'm going to stop talking for Scott's sake.
I appreciate that. Well, it wouldn't matter.
Okay, fair. Well, that's true if you get it right.
I mean, your hints are only going to help me.
Yeah.
I'm going.
It's not right.
We're going to give a 5 count here or so.
Oh.
3. 1.5.
My answer is wrong, but I'm going with it because like it's the only thing
Not
that
bad.
I can even think of.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Let's see it.
I know that.
Kelly has Gladiator, Road to Perdition from Brian, The Departed from Nick, and we have the correct answer from the doctor.
Good
The
job,
Dark
Mike.
Knight
Good one.
is the correct answer.
Two-Face.
This line is delivered by Harvey Dent.
Our friend
Go 10 for 10.
Nick, our friend Jesse would be mad at us.
Yeah, he would. He would. Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Like, I see it now
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, he's laying there. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Congrats, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Scott.
Well, let's go ahead. Well, let me read the flavor, I guess, and then we'll go ahead and officially crown Scotty. Harvey Dent, a once promising district attorney, grapples with the darkness luring within himself. His descent into madness is a stark warning about the corruptive nature of power. As he crosses the line between hero and villain, the quote serves as a chilling reflection on the fragility of morality. Nick is like doing sign language over here.
Because I
don't know what
he was
He's like-
two-faced. He's flipping his coin.
Oh,
Flipping
yeah.
a coin over it. Yeah.
There you
Because
go.
earlier I was flipping a coin with Casablanca. Now I got another coin flipping. That's all. I made a connection. Awesome job, Scott.
Well, I have made it-
That movie did not pop in my head at all. But once that was revealed, I see the scene. I see Aaron Eckhart is his
That's
name
right.
saying
Yeah.
it.
I was hoping the whole good and evil battle, which is obviously in the context
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
quote itself,
Yeah.
but would help at least spark some kind of super villain or superhero movie.
Yeah. It took me a minute to get, I thought, eventually got to Batman. I'm like, oh, that's from a Batman movie.
Yeah.
And then I had to kind of cycle through the different ones to get there.
I don't remember the exact line, but Jack Nicholson says something like that. Like in The Departed, I'll have to look it up later and I'll reveal it to you or something. But he says something not specific just to that, but it's similar to it. Like, like either you're a cop or you're a bad guy kind of thing.
Same idea,
You're a good guy or you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
Write it down. Next week episode, we're going to come right back to it.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Take us from least to best here, my
All
friend.
right. Least, well, that's 3 people have the least. We're all tied for second. That's myself, Kelly, and Brian. We all hit 8. 8 out of 10,
That's admirable.
which is a great amount. I hear music. Oh, really? We're playing.
It's a perfect
Okay.
score.
All right. No, I mean, if I could get played off stage, I'm getting the speech too long at the Grammys or something.
And our winner is?
And our winner with the second ever perfect game, the Doctor.
Thank you. So many people
Congratulations,
I'd
Scott.
like to thank. I'm going to just give a speach because it's a movie. So let's just pretend I'm getting
Give the
hook.
hook. Cue the snoring sound soon, please. Who you want to thank? Your parents for letting you sit around all day watching movies like a loser?
I have to thank my wife for letting me
For
do that.
letting you do that. I want to thank the Cheetos organization for the lifetime supply they've given me
Right.
to watch movies and
Mountain
eat
Dew.
Cheetos.
Mountain Dew, of course. Thank you,
Oh, of
Mountain Dew.
course. Yes. Congrats, though, Scott. That's awesome.
Good job.
That is
Well
great.
done.
I was not expecting perfect scores. I did tell you I had some fear of that, but these last couple certainly are niche movies to some degree. And,
Yeah.
we all have seen enough movies, but
Yeah.
a 10 is a 10, man.
I mean,
Congratulations.
well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
So this brings us to the bonus question, our topic specific open-ended question, and it's really pretty straightforward. What movie do you feel that you quote the most? That can be tough, right? Introspection like that. So maybe pick a movie that another crew member quotes a fair amount.
This is tough because I've said this before. I don't have a single. There's never a time that I have 100% original dialogue. Everything I say will have a movie quote in it at one point. Like
I agree
I
with
say
you.
stuff,
I
I
agree
get
with
people
you.
to laugh, and I'm like, that's not me. That's not even from me. That's not me. Like
Gold jacket, green jacket.
yeah.
Kelly.
That is probably one of your biggest quotes.
That's going to
you
be
say
printed
the
on your
most.
tombstone,
So,
I think.
I mean, do you have a specific one, B?
For me, like, mostly comedies, but I don't
Yeah.
like nothing particular. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many I like to quote.
We can do.
I mean,
I don't know if
I would say we probably quote comedies the most as a group.
Yes.
You know, we
Because
like
we like
cool
to
lines
laugh.
from movies, and we'll
Yes.
say them like, "This is a cool line," but comedy quotes.
Well, my favorite though still might be not a comedy though.
Which one?
You knocked him down.
Oh.
Try knocking him down.
Yeah, you do say that.
I love that one. I love that
I
one.
was going to say Rocky for Brian.
It's
Yeah,
Rocky. I
that's
think
what-
it's Rocky.
The Rocky franchise.
Yeah, the Rocky franchise. Yeah, 'Cause I love it.
I agree with that.
If he dies, he dies. You know, I mean,
Yes.
there's so many, right?
Yeah.
Austin Powers, is it?
Yeah, that one gets quoted quite
That's
a bit.
pretty
Yes, it
good.
does.
I was
'Cause
thinking,
But when I think
A
of
lot of-
Kelly, though, I think for sure Adam Sandler.
Yes.
In movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore in particular.
Whoopity-doo.
Yeah.
Today, Junior.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kelly's favorite movie,
cool.
Dumb and Dumber, of course. So you're saying there's a chance, right?
I do quote that movie a lot.
Yeah, you did.
That's very
Samsonite.
quotable.
Yeah, you Samsung
yeah.
every time.
Way off.
Step Brothers, Anchorman. I mean, there's
Oh, Step
Will
Brothers.
Ferrell. Will
Yeah.
Ferrell
The Will
is
Ferrell movies.
I thought the old
Yes.
school popped in my head.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, that run of films when they were when old school was coming
yeah.
out, when Will Ferrell was getting hot.
I think
Because
it's all
all
Vince
those-
Vaughn to
and-
me, too.
Yeah, the Adam
$3.5
McKay
million
movies.
that the government knows about. I can barely read.
So yeah, it'd
Trying to make a
be
point we
hard
gotta
to nail down
celebrate it.
one. I would say that it'd be very hard. Do you have one? You think, Scott?
Yes.
I mean, and they're all comedies, like you said. I mean, one that I've had entire conversations with Nick's brother Bob, and even Nick at times. Not a blockbuster, but the movie Hot Shots, which is a slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
We were talking about that
rolling,
yesterday.
rolling out.
Double nuts.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's part two, I think.
Yeah, who put that crab there? What do you mean it's not a crab? They travel in pairs.
Lloyd Bridges.
Lloyd Bridges, yeah.
I went to school with that guy.
Yeah.
Roy.
Like his role in that, I wouldn't say it's quite comparable, but you could compare it a little bit to Leslie Nielsen as far as
Yeah.
his
Oh, yeah.
delivery and what he says. You know,
Yeah,
I went
like an established older actor who all of a sudden found
Yes.
out they're hilarious.
but
Yeah.
is he also in Airplane? Am I not in Lloyd Bridges? No.
No.
Okay.
What I give to be 20
No,
years
isn't he
younger?
an
Oh
aircraft?
yeah,
controller?
yeah. He's the guy.
Okay, yes.
He's in the.
talking him in.
He's
He's
in
in
the.
quit smoking.
Yeah,
That
pick a
one.
bad day
Yeah.
to stop
Pick a bad day.
sniffing glue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's in the. Yeah,
Yeah.
The tower.
Thank you.
Yeah,
The-
okay.
Yeah,
Air traffic control, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Got
you.
us there. Could have saved
Yeah.
us a few seconds. But
And we have these conversations. I wonder how we miss anything when it comes to a movie because of the stuff that we have weird memories, though. I guess we remembered certain things.
listeners, you're,
Very well.
Baseballs?
you're getting a
Yeah.
glimpse into just a random hangout. I mean, this is literally what we do on a pretty nightly basis when we get together.
Man,
Yeah.
we ain't found.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's the
one
line that got cut.
That's when they got cut. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for today's episode of the Ultimate Trivia Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen. Make sure you download. And we'd love it if you'd leave us a review. We'll see you next time with more trivia and more fun. And until then, keep your brains sharp and keep those bellies laughing.